Morning, everybody. How's it going today? Here it is Saturday morning. It's pretty early. Got some things going on today, but I figured I would make a short video about a couple of issues that people have with these Diana chasers. In my video, a couple videos ago, I did one about converting one of these over to HP or PCP, and I did touch on the bolt handles. I don't think I talked about the moderator. Maybe I did talk about the moderators. At any rate, that video is almost an hour long and it was pretty deep into the video, so I'm sure most people didn't even see it. So I just want to do a quick one here on one of the things. I'm going to start with the bolt handles on these. Now, the bolt handles, as you can see, and admittedly, there's not much, very much meat on that bolt handle. So when I go to cock this gun, I get my finger right here as close to the action as I can. I place my thumb on the back. I pull straight back. I never grab this and pull it back. If you're not aware, if you dig around long enough, you're going to see several places where people go, "Hey man, my freaking bolt handle broke off when I was cocking the gun. This thing's a turd." And it is something that maybe they could improve on. But you know, if you look in this slot here, there really isn't a ton of room in there to fit something bigger in there. So I did see a video where a guy, he was talking about drilling that out and putting like a 2240 from a Crosman bolt handle in there, something like that. But if you pull that thing up, place your thumb there and pull back, I've shot, I don't know how many thousands of pellets through all of the chasers that I have, and I haven't broken a handle off yet. So you get your bolt pulled back, you're gonna load your pellet, and then when I go to close this thing, I don't use the bolt to close it. You know, when it's empty, it's fine. But you get a pellet in there, and even just about any pellet is going to do this, but especially if you're shooting a heavier pellet, you know, like an H&N or something like that. When you go to close this, it's going to go to here, and it's going to kind of start getting hung up because it's fitting so tight. And you got to push that baby closed. Well, you know, people do this, and that after doing that so many times, that thing wiggles back and forth. Next thing you know, it snaps off. So in closing it, I always put my finger right here, and this is how I close the bolt. I'll push it closed with my thumb. Pushing it straight in, you don't have to worry about it breaking off. So there's just a suggestion I have for you if you're concerned about that, if you're thinking about buying one of these, and maybe that's something that you're looking at it going, I don't know about that bolt. Like I said, I've shot thousands of pellets through them and never had an issue with that. So something else too I want to talk about is these moderators. One thing I don't like about the chaser, when you buy just the pistol, it doesn't come with a moderator, and it should, but the rifle kits do. And one of the things I've noticed that people will say on some of these YouTube videos is that this moderator is not removable from the rifle. And one of the gripes that people have, like the other versions of this gun, like by Artemis, you know the CP one, and I think it's branded a couple of other ways. When you get the pistol, you get a moderator, and you get a couple of magazines, and even in the packaging that these come in, guys, I mean, they come in these nice little cases, which is great. But you can see right here, here's a slot. That's where your moderator is supposed to go, and then magazines. So, but none of that stuff's in there when you get them. I'm not really too heartbroken over the magazines because I've looked at a lot of videos on those, and they kind of seem to be turds anyway. So, not a big deal. But so I have two rifles, two 22 caliber chaser rifles, and these moderators are removable. Now, you can see here, I got a little scuff in the paint from taking it off. I actually wrapped a bubble mailer around this one, and then used my little rusty channel locks to get it broke free. Once you get it to break free, you don't have to sit there and keep going with the pliers. You can grab onto this thing and get it to spin off. Now, be conscious because this little end right here, probably can't get it to come off right now, but this little bell end will unscrew, and you can take all your baffles out that way. So, but anyways, they will come off. And what the deal is, in the factory, they use red Loctite when they're putting them on the rifles, which I don't understand. I don't understand why they're putting any Loctite at all on them. They should, you should be able to take it off. When you see the videos of the CP1s and things like that, there's no Loctite on those. So I don't know, unless it's some deal they had with Diana, that's the way they wanted them, I suppose. But anyway, they will come off, and then they'll thread right on. You just take this little cap right here off. I always throw that in the case so we don't lose it. And then this guy will just thread right on, no problem. So, if you scuff it up a little bit, I got to do the same thing on this other one on the 22. I got to take this bell piece off and kind of scratch it up and squirt it with a little bit of paint. You'll never be able to tell that, if there was ever any marks on it. So, what else about them? Oh, the reason why I was so determined to get those moderators off of those rifles is because if you don't have one of these pistols, this is a 177, this is a 22, or if you're going to get one, get a moderator for it if you're going to be shooting it in your backyard, because I cannot believe how loud these things are. I mean, it's crazy how loud these things are without a moderator on them. You put this moderator on them, and it makes them so quiet that you can hear the hammer hitting the valve in them. That's how quiet they are. So, anyway, you can take those things off. Like I said again, cock your gun like this, close the bolt like that. You'll never have a problem with it. And then you can remove those moderators off the rifle. So, if you're going to order one, I would suggest getting the rifle kit. Or if you're somewhere where, out in the country or somewhere, it doesn't matter if it's loud. Don't worry about it. Both of these pistols are super, super accurate, even out to 20 yards. I mean, they're amazing little guns. Right out of the box, good accuracy. And I did clean the barrels on them. But, I mean, really, really awesome accuracy. The rifles, too. The one rifle that I converted over, I don't know what the deal was with that. I cleaned the barrel really good, and it probably took 400 or 500 pellets through it before I started getting accuracy out of it. There must have been a little. I have heard that at the very end of the barrels on these, sometimes where the rifling ends, I did see where a guy said, yeah, his was messed up a little bit, and he was having issues with accuracy, and he was a machinist, so he was able to cut the end off and fix it. But there's another way to fix it, and that's just shoot a whole bunch of pellets through it. So, but the other 22 caliber rifle that we bought that my son shoots, that thing was spot on right out of the box. So they're super accurate. They have good power behind them, even for being a CO2 gun. And I think over the weekend here, I am going to be doing a review on these painted pellets, and I'm going to be shooting them through these two pistols right here, so you guys will get kind of a look at how they shoot and the kind of accuracy you can get them. I'm going to be setting up at a little over 10 yards for some accuracy shooting. So anyway, guys, if you're wanting to get one of these, and maybe the handle thing and the moderator thing is kind of scaring you off or whatever, it's not a big deal. It can be done. You can take them apart. And something too I want to talk about really, really quick. The triggers on these are very adjustable. You probably can't see it, but through this slot right here, I can't remember, it's a really, really small Allen wrench that goes in there. But you can adjust these triggers, man, to make them super, super nice. It's a great shooting gun. So if you don't have one, you're on the fence about it, order one. They're awesome. And I'll be talking to you later. Thanks for watching.